Hey, how are you guys? And welcome to Mr. D class. Today we are going to learn about how to find the least common denominator between two or three numbers. In order to add or subtract fractions with different denominators, the bottom the numbers in the fractions, you must need to find the least common denominator shared between them. We will find the smallest whole number that can be divided by each denominator. For example, you need to find the least common denominator. In this case, is denominator 1 is 5 and the denominator 2 is 7. What do you have to do? Number one, you need to select the greatest denominators. In this case, the greatest denominator is 7. After you find the greatest denominator, you need to find the multiples of 7. And you will stop when you find a multiple divisible by 5. For example, in this case, the first multiple of 7 is 7. The second multiple is 14, but 14 is not divided by 5. The third multiple is 21, but 21 is not divisible by 5. The fourth multiple is 28, and 28 is not divisible by 5. But the fifth multiple of 7 is 35, and 35 is divisible by 5. Then, in this case, 35 is the least common denominator between 7 and 5. Another example, in this case, we have three denominators. You have a number 2, denominator number 1, denominator number 2 is 3, and denominator number 3 is 5. Remember, select the greatest denominators. The greatest denominator in this case is 5. And now I'm going to find all the multiples of 5, and we stop when you find a multiple that is divisible by 2 and 3 at the same time. For example, in our case, the first multiple is 5. 5 is not divisible by 3. 5 is not divisible by 2. Then, in this case, evident 5 is not a least common denominator. Another multiple of 5 is 10. 10 is divisible by 2, but 10 is not divisible by 3. Then 10 cannot be the least common denominator. Next multiple of 5 is 15. 15 is not divisible by 2. It's divisible by 3, but not divisible by 2. Then 15 is not the least common denominator. The multiple number 4 is 20. 20 is divisible by 2, but is not divisible by 3. 25 is the next multiple of 5, is not divisible by 2 and 3. And the sixth multiple is 30. 30 can be divided by 2, and 30 can be divided by 3. Then 30 is the least common denominator between 2, 3, and 5. Then, summary. To find the least common denominator of any denominators, number 1, you need to find the greatest denominator. And number 2, find the multiples of the greatest denominators. And you stop searching when you find a multiple divisible by the rest of the denominator. And using three steps, you can find the least common denominator between 2, 3, 4, any numbers. Thank you for your attention to this class. Thank you.